Welcome back, everybody, to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's your boy and pilot, Jonah.
I'm Ian.
Welcome back, everybody.
And it's me, Kyle.
All right.
We're all here.
We are all here.
Everyone is here.
All the warriors.
Apologies for last week. I forgot it was Mother's Day, and I had a ton of stuff to do. But we are here now. We are going to get into this. Let's push into this case as much as we can today. February 22nd, Police Department entrance.
We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on. Is that Sonic?
It's a weird mix between Sonic and cows.
What's up, Sazoa?
Hey. Yo, that's fucked up. Why does it undulate like that?
Nice word choice. Oh wait, I know. This is the Sonic the Hedgehog. They're trying to make it the police mascot. Unfortunately for them, Sonic says a cab.
Hey, yo, Mr. Wright, you should know a lot about the police. Anyway, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the blue hedgehog. Who's that next to him?
Hey, yo, someone's dancing with the Sonic the Hedgehog? Uh-oh, they noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically,
Isn't this the...
what?
It's the police offices, though, isn't it?
Yeah, what kind of fucking question is that? He works here. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. What up, Gummy? Alright, I have to figure out where the fuck we were in the guide here. Okay. We're gonna look at Sonic.
I was wondering about that.
What? The blue hedgehog? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? Are you gonna go to prison for tax fraud? The chief threw together some designs, and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances and dances until the batteries die.
Yeah, poor... Yo, that's wag. Sonic the Hedgehog faded to dance till he drops.
A work of art designed by Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. Alright.
I like that it's evidence. That's great.
Oh, it's gonna be relevant. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. Got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations.
Yo, I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And, why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edwards for winning that award. With all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Alright. Found in Mr. Edwards' car, stabbed with Mr. Edwards' knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing?
Ellipses.
Oh, wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Yo, poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Alright, then we gotta show this to him. Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
Oh.
I couldn't stop that.
Yeah.
Justin, didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Yeah.
Whoa! Now I remember. Bruce Goodman, he was my coworker. Oh, he's the victim. Wait, that's what I thought.
Hey, can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Apparently not.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend a suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says he summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yeah, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a sec? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, chief prosecutor's little sister?
Yo, please investigate this case carefully, alright? Make sure it's scientifically, bitch.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. No swearing at the police office. You don't want to be overheard using words like bitch.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? At your
Me?
job?
Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do I mean this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a bit odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the tonic to dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Like, police work?
The
That's a
chief of
very
police
effective use
himself
of his
is
time.
directing this investigation, pal. I'm really into this Sonic the Hedgehog thing. An officer marshal was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall.
Think about it. Emma did seem to know that marshal guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. So, this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Scott called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. He's in a tough spot again. Again. He killed someone else? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
Also, he was apprenticed to Von Karma, so, you know.
Right?
Yeah.
I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took the case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this over all of us. Ellipses. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What's his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West L.A. Damn, he's from L.A.? For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Received from Detective Gumshoes allow bearer to investigate the crime scene. Be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. That's what I always do, Detective.
Detective Gumshoe just gives a psychic paper.
Yeah. February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. Oh god, is this Marshall? I have to be getting back to this shop. Sorry, looks like I'm stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. See you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh. Oh no, it's I think he was talking to her.
Ah, you're still here.
Hey.
Why, the surprised look. Didn't I mention? I got a boyfriend in the criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard? Okay, bye. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall.
Wait, is he drinking on the job?
Yeah, strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Alright. Look at this letter from Gumshoe. I do like the, oh, we can, like, fully examine this bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It says something about $20.
Can I, like, move the... Okay, I can. Because I saw...
Hey, what's this? Looks like something's been crossed out.
Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe.
Let's see. Annual bonus. 20. Oh, buddy. Ugh. Oh, I think a couple of zeros are missing. Right? Can't
Nope.
possibly just be.
No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case.
Oh, maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator.
Oh, Gumshoe. Anyway. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog? He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. What's up, Scully Boo? We had a stream on Thursday with Neo 2. We missed last week, unfortunately. I had some stuff come up, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, we had Mother's Day.
Yeah. Guess I better let you in then.
Hey, thank you, Officer Marshall.
Yeah, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Yeah, we're all good here.
Yeah, we can appreciate the concern.
Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like a settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Don't talk about manifest destiny, man. That's
Yeah. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land.
I think that's a little oversimplification, Emma.
Yo, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Crumpled and discarded.
Like that it's specified that it's
Alright. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Ellipsis. Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right?
Well, where? Aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Steph Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. Think he means the witness, Ms. Angel Starr? One stabbed to the chest in a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Alright. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. If you're stabbed in the heart, that's a really long way. Feisty doggy. Dude, Jake Marshall's a fucking weirdo.
Also, I'm sorry, weren't they not letting investigators, like lower level investigators in the police force, not work on this case? But a lawyer shows up and they're like, "Yeah, okay."
A lawyer that was given leave to investigate by fucking Gumshoe of all people.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I ain't complaining, but I'm also like, all right.
The guy whose annual bonus is $20. Oh, was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Yippee-ki-yay. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot.
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
It's 12 o'clock.
I don't mean any offense, but like, Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You call me out, they shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how'd you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We were just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs into it with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe, kicked out of the investigation? Uh-oh. Alright. Now we can finally, look at, like, this phone and shit. This looks like a cell phone.
Yeah, it's definitely a cell phone. Yo, scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim, bitch.
I thought she was gonna say scientific analysis would suggest that this is a cell phone.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you.
Yo, what is this ancient piece of technology? Is this what a Zune is? I can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Of course we're gonna check it out. Right, let's check it out. Okay, it's just doing this for me. I was just gonna click on it, but okay. Alright. Yeah, sure.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial.
Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, huh? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
No, this thing sucks. It doesn't even have any games on it. Even I know things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it probably has like Snake, actually.
It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever. Let's check this phone out. He's like 24, by the way.
Yeah.
People from your generation. Bitch, we're in the same generation.
Now to see the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button.
I mean, we were literally talking about this.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Ellipses, but Steel Samurai.
Cellular.
Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is it anyway? It was on the ground over here.
Whose is it? That belongs to the chief prosecutor, Sky. Oh, chief prospector. Jeez, you fucking loser.
What?
Prosecutors and
Sister-
prospectors are the same thing, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty similar.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except, she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who'd you call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those new fangled ringtunes. Oh, that? Oh. Sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. Ellipses. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. I love the finger gun animation. It's so
Yeah.
good. Uh-oh. I haven't said it the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Alright.
I like that because they can do like a chalk outline of the dead body. They have like a paper cutout
Yeah.
outline of a dead body that they just kind of draped over the trunk. This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid it out in the outline of the victim's body.
Ellipses. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
Ellipses. Got it. You have to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Yeah, you like don't get any evidence for that. I don't really know why. I feel like the outline's like, oh, where do you go?
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Oh wait. Holy shit.
We just soft lock ourselves?
No.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. Ellipses! And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. My condolences.
Officer Marshall.
Yeah, Bambino?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? Were they fucking? Ellipses. I apologize, Bambino. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill wind, someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, till he met you.
Rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
What? My sister? She's a prospector too?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say, anyway. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? Oops, wrong button. I want escape to be the back button so badly. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it. Like some kind of note.
You're right. Let's see. 6-7S122?
There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman.
Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Victim's memo found in the car trunk.
I wonder if it's like some sort of marker for evidence. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
What is this rope doing here? Let's take it. It's dangling out of the trunk in the shape of his body. I guess
Hey,
we've
this
got
is some
some
quality rope.
I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone.
So you think we'll be okay?
Oh, we're fucked. Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yeah?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
No more. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids?
Ellipses.
The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the... I almost said prospector. Fuck. The top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Yeah, no shit.
Don't worry, that's gonna come up in court.
No. They're gonna make us wait till day 3 to address that. That's not true, but this game would. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Fuck, what was my voice for again? God damn it.
We have it. Oh.
Wink.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I think it was just. Oh no, it was How did the investigation go to yesterday, Mr. Wright? I forgot it was Valley Girl. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client.
Ellipses! Exclamation mark.
The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. That's it. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial.
That is some interesting thoughts to have there, Lana. I'm not sure about that one.
My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time.
Oh.
I'll be alone in
man.
there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Like I said, absolutely no help will be given to me in there. February 23rd, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9.
I was a little confused, but she got the spirit.
I actually do really like Emma.
Yeah. So far, I like her, but. And the court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Just waiting in here, buddy. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright.
Okay, don't need to be so formal, baby. Ellipses! Exclamation point? Does that mean he's into me?
I'll choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Your sweet, supple hands.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Whoa, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like I'm confessing to everything.
Oh, I'll confess to him, all right.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. I'm gonna execute her right now. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. A professional witness? Yeah, my job is to hang around crimes and witnesses.
Don't ask why I'm always there. It's just my job. Okay?
I've been in and out of witness protection for like 5 years or something like that.
I think I'm like eight identities in now.
Yeah, right? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough up queen? The quaff up queen?
Yeah, the cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. I haven't eaten caviar before.
Holy shit, the judge is just eating it right there.
No. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl.
That looks significantly worse.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
And you, sir. Oh, and you, sir, did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
A box of rice with a couple of
Raisins.
seeds in the middle?
Yeah.
Or
It's,
poppy seeds?
it's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Thank God. I love the running joke with Edward never being able to get witness names. It's so good.
Ellipses. Well, Yana, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Gross.
The heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name's Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. Found myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted? Me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up.
Yes. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Man, the logical conclusion to that bit would to just actually just eat an entire meal before we continue.
Hold up, my DoorDash just showed up. As you know, we actually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective?
Ellipses. I know who you are. Puff up. Calf of Queen Angela Styan. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star.
Just who is this lady?
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. And B block, not a block, A block.
I
B
didn't
block
even
is
catch
for
that.
B block is for visitors and clients. A divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up prosecutor's space, yes? Crime took place. The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with a knife and went to drive the body out. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Jan.
Parking lot floor plans. The parking lot with Edward's car.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Jan. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems as some poor loser losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star.
Wait, are they talking about me? Witnesses account.
I would.
Huh?
Oh wait, never mind. Okay. Somehow I always knew this day would come. I was on my way to deliver my lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Although the wire fence, I saw the chief. Oh, through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car.
Garish.
Garish. A garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there's no room for doubt.
Yes, because eyewitness is the best form of evidence. We all know this.
Of course.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
No, it's merely just a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Let me cross-examine the witness.
Alright, witnesses account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Then I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
I don't think it's gonna yield any actual help to us, but I do think it'd be funny if we press what she means by garish car.
By garish car, you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth car, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth's. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed, it was.
An odd case this is. The person you saw, sure it was the defendant. I saw her from no further than...
Oh, you cut out here.
Oh. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
We're dealing with Edgeworth.
We're
here.
dealing with Edgeworth. Oh.
I need something more substantial than that.
Can you tell us what the suspect was doing when you saw her?
Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
We don't have anything to indicate that Lana is left-handed, do we?
Let's check evidence here. So we got the ID. Don't think we can... Yeah, we can look at it, but I don't think this is going to actually give us anything. Okay, we got the King of Prosecutors trophy. Give it to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors. Murder weapon usually in the restricted box. Traces of victim's blood, no prints. Record of the parking prosecutor's office entered at 5:12. Sonic the Hedgehog. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound, died within 1 hour and a half of 4 p.m. Victim's memo found in the car's trunk, 675-12-2. Property Llama Sky. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. parking lot floor plans, which we have this.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, can we go back to our statements?
Yep. Alright, so somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Can we press the statement where she's talking about, I think it's 2 back? No, one more. Yeah, where she's like, it's my finely honed detective's intuition at work.
Okay. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
I felt it like, how would you say? Oh yeah, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin clock chock full of seeds. What? I'm sorry. What?
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective?
Yes. Well, he was like a young cheese. Young
The
cheese.
fucking judge.
God, this lady's so fucking weird.
I know.
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A green one. And I must be hard. I'm fucking sorry. Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the
Playing
order
with
of
her
an old
jewelry,
cheese to
she's
match.
picking up slack. In any, wait, hold up. In any case, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
Press this one.
Yep. We have holding a knife in her right hand, and then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. And then we had deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, and somehow I always knew a day like this would come.
Let's press.
Go ahead.
Lunchbox.
The-
Okay,
See if
yeah.
we can get a time.
This one.
Yeah.
This boyfriend, he's the detective?
Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yeah, this boyfriend and that boyfriend are the other boyfriend. Get a join? And yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches things.
Note to self. The judge had to think before replying.
The security guard room is in the lot in A block.
Hold on a second.
It's up to the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there.
That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
He was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Can we
When I
take a look
sense
at that
something... Oh.
map? Yeah, can we take a look at that map again?
The map?
Yeah. Okay, so B
So-
block would be on the other side.
Right
of it.
here,
Okay,
yeah.
so
And then
yeah,
that.
She would see it through the chain link fence. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to press the first statement.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure it's going to do anything, but...
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence for crime. Yet the methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their own whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Ellipses. Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
I felt that they had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by the prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Holy shit, we have Phoenix Wright himself in chat. Oh my god.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's Phoenix Wright?
It's Nick.
Holy shit.
Nicky Boo. Laid off. She was fired?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms.
Oh no.
I just spilled water on my computer. Help. Oh no. We're sorry.
You got some rice? Sorry.
That said, I'm a pro. As you know, my testimony's unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
Alright. So, we have...
I think we've pressed everything but this one, right?
we also haven't done this one yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we might as well just do the last two.
Let's go down the line, yeah. Oh no! Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. I she was gonna ask if his knife is 4 inches long.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Hmm? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Alright, then she thrusts the tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Do we want to press this one too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
might as well.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
Hmm? The defense has a point. Not really. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late.
Yeah, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
This is the second one that you've referenced today, Emma. I'm dying. I'm bleeding out here. Said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony, it's flawless, bro.
Sounds pretty fatal to me. Fucking, also, what do you mean scientifically? I don't think that word thinks what you think it means.
You keep on
What
using
do
the
we
word.
do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that.
Okay. I'm gonna do this because, I guess after I press this statement again, something will happen. I'm just jumping in because like I feel like that's unfair.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Yeah. At least it should. We'll see. My carriage car. Yeah. Yep.
Ellipses, beta plus.
Hmm?
Yep, 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. Okay. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo... Oh, you hear that, Edgeworth? You are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. But that was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism?
I may be regulated to the lowly post of lunch lady. Yeah. Yeah, regulated is the right fucking word.
Relegated.
All right. Relegated, all right. But my instincts are honed. A photograph. Photograph. Who took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to a prosecutor? Think again.
Ellipses.
My boyfriend works in the photography division of the criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Ooh. Crime photo. The moment of the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Also, I'm curious, Phoenix Wright, did you fix your computer?
I know. I'm worried about you.
Okay, interesting. So we got a photo now.
Yeah.
I think we need to
Can look
examine
at it some more. Oh, that's the wrong thing. My bad. There we go.
She is wearing gloves. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Can we look at the parking lot?
Yeah. Yeah, so she claims she was like over here then when she saw it. And that is what the photo suggests as well.
Does it?
Yeah, there's...
Can we look at the photo again? Oh yeah, okay. Here's.
So what are we thinking?
I don't know. Kind of stumped. This,
Wait. Go back to the photo.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is, hey, wait a
What
second. she's
timestamp?
closing-
Oh, don't see a timestamp.
Yeah. She is closing it with her left hand, but
And yeah, it's so circumstantial.
yeah.
He's also wearing his jacket for some reason, which is weird.
Yeah, there's a couple weird things going on in this photo.
Is that a Dutch angle, which is weird.
That is true. Dutch angle. Like, who uses Dutch angles? What the fuck?
Angel Star does.
Yeah, I'm kind of stumped. I got nothing. It's a pretty solid. Unless we need to examine one of these pieces of evidence for more. Info.
No, we don't need to do that.
Okay.
What we'll do here is we are gonna. You guys kind of did mention it. She's like kind of just using her left hand here. There's some weird thing going on with her right hand, so we're just gonna kind of push on that a little bit here.
Okay.
And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife?
I've already said yes. I swear it's on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Hmm? I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't
Yeah,
that
the judge
odd?
has other things on his mind.
I know. Look at this photograph. This is the photograph that you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding the knife?
Ah.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
just completely straight face. Your thoughts? Objection.
Man, that was almost like a real courtroom for a second there. Objection, Your Honor.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm saying this boy is dummy. This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter. See
No,
the dark
it's-
crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
No, it's a black and white photo.
But it's a black and white photograph.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem, except to you. So distracting.
Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
From Edgeworth? Probably. You got a better idea?
They can't keep getting away with this. I think objection, right?
That is correct. However, I'm going to select the other one because there are special lunches that you can get from from Angel's Star depending on what
Of
you
course
choose.
there are.
Now that you mention it, I see no problem here, other than myself.
Mr. Wright, you can't just let him walk all over you. That's just sad.
It's Edgeworth, though.
Feeling sad, Mr. Wright? Perhaps a bittersweet first love lunchbox is in the order.
Can I share it with Edgeworth?
Well, that was a waste of time. Let's continue with the testimony.
Perhaps I should have dug a little deeper. Alright.
So we are gonna dig a little deeper.
Oops, that was the wrong button. Oops. God damn it. I'm sorry.
You got this.
There we go. Lunch.
That is a good lunchbox.
Objection.
Alternate timeline. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
That's good advice. I don't really get it, but good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold calculating like a robot. That's it. It was a robot. A robot framed.
It
A
was the
robot looking
blue
like
badger
her.
this whole time.
Damn.
She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Warg.
Since they fit, we cannot acquit.
No, Edward. That's supposed to
These
be my
gloves.
thing.
These gloves do seem to be telling a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, this is add this to your testimony.
Alright. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
I don't want to press that.
Sure, it's new information. Let's press it.
Yeah. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do a murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Arg.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. We've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. Flesh wound, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's review evidence again, shall we?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't admit the plastic gloves into evidence.
Yeah, right? Like, why is that not something we have? But, investigator's ID card. This doesn't really have anything on it, I don't think. God, rotating is actual actual cancer. Name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189.
I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs.
What else would they use?
Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place.
Yeah, why is it all fucking blurry, though?
Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabba-Dab. See? Wouldn't that be better?
Yabba dab? Kinda does sound pretty cool.
Exactly my point. Tee.
Doesn't take much to abuse her. Alright. Yeah, that didn't really yield anything. Okay. Do have the trophy. I don't think... There's this on the bottom, but I don't think that's really...
Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here.
Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it.
Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times.
Von Karma. Oh.
I guess he must be a foreigner?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Well, wherever he's from, he must be an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime.
When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Why is Phoenix so blasé about it? Okay. He's not just gonna be like, hey, actually, maybe don't. Act like that guy's cool. Yeah, there's nothing else on here. Okay. We have the knife, which doesn't have prints on it.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Yeah, what the fuck is peeling an apple with that?
Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman.
Now there's a scary thought. Imagine Edgeworth in cargo shorts.
The hunting cap. I don't know. I can see it, Mr. Edgeworth being friends with Dick Cheney. Does the ticket have anything on it?
I don't think so. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
At 3 minutes after he parked his car? Only was held up at a couple extra red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
Goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light.
Damn.
On the back.
Yeah, there's nothing else on this. That's just that. Okay. Goodman.
Died with between 4 and 5:30. The wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Took like an hour and a half for him to bleed out, though.
No, I think that's like they were estimating time of death was at that point. Victim's memo found in the car trunk, and it's just this.
Yeah.
Phone.
Cell phone.
We already checked that. I don't think there's anything else on it anyway. I don't think the strap's gonna be important.
Man, what a boring strap.
What's wrong with it? Everyone has a different taste. Everyone has different tastes, you know.
Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know.
See, the series is popular as ever with the kids.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's the floor plans.
We've taken an extensive look at it. Slides over there.
Yep.
And then there's the actual photograph.
There's no body.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing
the
hanging out there.
photograph.
It could just be not in frame, but
They want us to start proving how it wasn't premeditated?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Shouldn't we then present Edgeworth's knife? Because if it was premeditated, shouldn't she have brought her own knife rather than using a knife at the scene of the crime?
yes,
Good call.
good work. Witness, do you know what this is?
Hey, trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know.
Oh, so that means you can't answer it then.
That's a knife. Sweetie, what do you have? A knife.
No.
That is the knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife.
What's with this case?
The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there?
The defendant is the chief
Chief
prosecutor.
prosecutor for the district.
Mommy, our prosecutor's bad, people! The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Oh, you cut out again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh,
This knife just happened to be on the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
work. Order, order, order.
Great, now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Right. I believe the next lunch she'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you were deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there.
Gee, I wonder why she cares.
The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing me. It was plain. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now. Angel's deduction.
Lana Skye intended to murder Mr. Goodwin. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Well, there's our contradiction.
Dipshit.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a fair point, but again, I'm gonna go with the very last statement being a contradiction.
Yeah. This one's pretty easy. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With this moss surprise.
I'm afraid that moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star.
Yeah. Ellipses. What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
I do
I
love.
love how Phoenix objects and then Edgeworth just fills in the blanks.
But we have real Edgeworth now. The Edgeworth that actually only cares about getting to the truth.
Yeah.
So he's cool now. And I love
Yeah.
this. I love this Edgeworth.
Ah, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yo, what a hunk. He's my hero, really.
Me too. What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks.
Has the
I
judge
was-
just been eating every single box lunch she presents this
I-
entire trial?
I think so, yeah.
I always believed that. Oh, wait, that's the wrong voice. I'm sorry. I always believed that one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such a mistake's possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted a knife, I thought I saw blood on her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Ellipses.
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Muffler.
That's a, how do I... Can I not look at...
You have a type of coat, too?
Well, she has that red, like, flower thing on her breast, like, from her
Okay.
uniform. That's what she's talking about. But,
Okay.
yes, she has the coat. Like, you can't see it.
Yeah.
So presenting the
Yep.
image because you can't see it?
Exactly. Another easy one. Ms. Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Ooh.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph.
Oh, sorry, it's her scarf. Yeah, never mind. I'm an idiot. I thought it was the little badge on her chest, but either way.
See, we're also talking about cars, and now car mufflers are a thing too. So
Yeah.
Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. God damn it. Jesus.
Harsh words, but good. Yes, I live for this shit.
Yo, in the end, Mr. Edgeworth roasted her.
What was my objection? Chopped. What was my objection? Chopped liver?
No, not that, but something red. Really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
Well, what? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Yes. Just tell us about it. Ellipses. Okay, well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Did you just read my thoughts?
The most important part?
The part where your
The
sister...
part where you... Oh.
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to his side. I quickly caught her. No. I quickly caught her explaining her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Oh yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's when I had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made it to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you?
Ian?
Oh, did I cut out again? I
Yeah.
strike like a snake, and I bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star, tunnel snake.
Well, that wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is still a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Please tell me you guys know what the tunnel snakes are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Note to self. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Round. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your cross-examination, if you will.
Wait, Edgeworth? He's stealing that too?
I'd love to see just like an entirely unique position for Edgeworth. Defendant and or defense attorney and prosecutor at the same time.
That would be funny. That is kind of how it feels a little bit in the investigations games, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you're playing as him, and you do a lot of stuff like defending people, because it's like, it's not in court yet, but like, you do a lot of the same shit. It's it's very interesting. All right, so after the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
you didn't.
When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. So it had me confused with my earlier testimony. Chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
Yeah, so go to that statement.
Yeah.
And present the parking lot.
We need to press her first, but you are on the right track with that. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details? Of course. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. We have to, like, just catch her in an absolute lie is basically all this is amounting to.
Yeah.
The Lunchland car
Which
was...
is, to be fair, it's a better practice, but...
Right. Kyle?
He was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes?
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The Kaffa Queen lunch lady athlete indeed.
If it would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Alright. So we're not done yet. But we did uncover some important information there.
Oh. Okay.
Is this where we present the evidence then? Or
we do want to press another statement.
statement, okay. And then when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler.
Yeah.
Why would she just mention the muffler
Right. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. That one word.
So, what you heard wasn't but the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean...
Ask further.
Oh, yeah. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the scene of the crime?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone?
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Excuse me. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please the rookie defense attorney.
Word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18.
So, we have Emma here,
That's true.
right?
I don't... Emma, you
Can we
gonna...
just
You
be
wanna...
like,
Do you
yo,
feel
is
like...
that true?
Do you feel like clarifying? Verifying any of this? Alright, so we got this new statement. Saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead.
Yeah, do we present the phone here? Have Emma clarify? Even
Uh,
though we know Emma said that she didn't really hear anything that the Lana said at all.
so we will learn about that, but that's not that doesn't technically contradict anything.
Yeah.
So like presenting it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
But there is something very fishy about this statement. If we want to review evidence.
Wait, yeah. Look at the photo for the layout of the.
The floor plans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the telephone's on the other side of the partition.
Right, and she was
So how
watching
did
it from
she
over
see
here.
her using? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Ms. Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Ms. Lana Skye.
I don't think so.
The witness
She's
is a
a-
former detective.
I think she has a personal grudge against Edgeworth.
Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought that you would be the knight in shining armor prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Called it.
Ellipses.
Well, Ms. Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and you might, and I'll make you cough it up, all up.
Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in Block B, you couldn't have seen it! Ian, cutting out again. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Has Mike died or something?
Oh.
Oh no, he's not in the call anymore. Oh wait, no, he is.
I came back. My internet dropped for a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
I
good.
apologize, folks. I missed what happened.
We presented the floor plans, right?
Right.
And we just caught her, and that's all. Everyone's
Okay.
upset because she obviously lied.
Order. What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Oh, sick one-liner.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about
The order of events. Or, I don't know, maybe where she saw it?
it is where
I
she
think
saw
where
it.
she saw it. Yeah, where she saw it's the most like
Likely.
cut and dry.
would've-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would have.
There's no way she could have witnessed the phone call not working and then the cell phone call happening from where she was standing, so she had to have
Yeah.
been standing somewhere else. With that being said, there are more special lunches if you'd like to see one. If you'd like to see them here.
No, I'm good.
Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Sorry. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard up to now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed the crime was here.
Oh, we're supposed to know where it's at?
Yeah, this one's a little weird.
Can we review the photo real quick?
I cannot. It's not letting me.
Okay.
The photo was definitely taken from over here.
Yeah.
I just realized I can click and drag to move the pointer around so you can actually see where I'm actually pointing with my mouse. It's very nice. So she was lying about being like here, right?
When she witnessed the murder, but she also has a photo there.
So if she wasn't there, where would she have to be here? Because she witnessed the telephone thing happen, and then she's saying she also witnessed the murder happen, right?
Okay, so it has to be like maybe from one of the car. Oh, you know what? Maybe she wasn't parked in B block. Maybe it was one of the cars at the where like the partition is. Those two rightmost cars.
Okay, think about it this way.
Or are we just trying to
How
see
would
where
how would she both have a photo and be able to witness this at the same time?
Oh, it's from the security room then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This is the only place where she could have been.
Wait, I don't understand how she could get a photo from B block and be in the security room.
Security
the
cameras.
Photo,
Oops.
yeah, wasn't one she took with her like phone or anything. It was a photo from like a security camera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, I accidentally allowed in uh, a message from a
Yeah, I
spammer to the
was
chat.
wondering what the hell was going on there.
I hit the wrong button on the chat. That was my bad.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, that's why it's a Dutch angle.
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
Oh, that's why it's elevated. Okay. I thought it was, but like it's still the security camera. But like, really? I didn't have any reason to believe it was elevated. I guess. I don't remember this case very well. I apologize.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. The phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
Ellipses. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better angel stat. Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I will do what I must to make sure that justice prevails.
The guilty. She's talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Let's see. Me?
Who else?
Well, yeah. He's got a point.
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of view of the crime, distance to the crime, or difference in lighting?
Angle of view to the crime would probably be the biggest one. Because from where she would be standing in the security booth, that would mean Lana had her back to her, obscuring most of what Goodman's body would be.
I think it's distance.
Why do you think it's distance?
Distance would be. I mean, that is true, and I don't see how angle is relevant, whereas distance could be.
In this case, it is actually going to be distance.
Oh,
That's where we're going. That's where we're going from.
okay.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
What she saw was not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime.
Ellipses?
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Ellipses. Well, witness. Yeah.
Yes?
You ordered the. Oh my god, I went to Irish. You ordered the. You ordered this squid wheel, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing the PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? It wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station.
Oh, I see.
And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. Couldn't open it.
What the hell?
That's why I had to go through the visitor parking in Block B. That's quite the detour. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes. This changes things considerably. But was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him? I know it was the, I have photographic evidence.
Okay, so that's when she took the photo.
I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, we gotta do something. Took you 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Do we have the time when she took the phone call? Or when the phone call was placed?
5:18.
15? Damn, that does match up from... Well, hold on.
Well, no, it doesn't match up because
Mr. Edgeworth showed up parked at 5:12.
right.
A few minutes before
And then the murder was 3 minutes later at 5:15. And the phone call take plus 3 minutes after that.
All right. So yeah, we do have evidence to stop this thing.
Yeah. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it a little al dente.
I got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, Roogie.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yarg. Yarg.
Did you go
Well
pirate
then.
mode?
Well then, it seems you've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Ellipses. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. Yo, we did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. With that, court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but I have no further questions to ask you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Ooh, a triple decker.
Oh my god.
Out of difference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time?
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on his shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matches that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Blood type? What about fucking DNA? This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? Was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Oh, excuse me. Simple, I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating myself.
And you had the blood test performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ellipses?
Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a number of forensics departments. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yo, is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, since you have yet another count against you, witness, anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
All right. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
All right.
All right, while you guys are thinking about this, I need to make a tea.
All right. So, should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? The 2 drops of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
You should press the first statement?
Oops, that was the last one, but that's okay.
Okay, I wanted to press this last one too.
Alright, can't list evidence through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? I'm really bad at that voice, it's real not good. Ellipses, that sounds weird. You want to give it a shot?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, Mr. Wright. Something like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
Well, I wish we knew what the second rule of evidence was. But as it stands, I don't think there's any kind of problem with it.
Yeah, let's leave it for now. No, there's nothing there. If I just stab blindly at it, it'll hurt my case.
Come on, Mr. Wright. I know you can find something. Some kind of off-the-cuff contradiction.
I'm trying to avoid saying things off the cuff today. That's pretty sly, hiding evidence like that.
There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science, bitch, is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Oh, jeez, I sure hope it's not the wave of the future. I hope we've been putting into practice for a long time now.
Right? Maybe I should investigate this a little more closely. Alright, let's press the first statement now.
Okay.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results.
Results. How many times I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. No.
It kind of does mean a lot, actually.
Yeah. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranging testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it?
But false testimony is most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
Alright.
Can we examine the shoe?
I think we can, yeah. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. So let's look at this blood splatter first.
This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Well, his right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis. Ooh. Ah, there's blood here too?
On the sole of the shoe, it's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All his blood. It's horrible.
His blood might be an important clue. No shit. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, can we look at her statement?
Yep. Alright, so we got... I'll go back. So we have... I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. So Kyle and I have pressed 2 statements. We did the first one and the last one. The last one gave us an option to say that there is a problem with the shoe, but we didn't really have anything yet to kind of push on that at all. So.
Brain not working. I mean, it is strange that the victim's blood is at the bottom of the shoe. And that that Lana's is on top.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I can't, like, that. It's strange. I just can't figure out what is, like, why that's a problem.
Yeah, and your gut is right about thinking about that. What we need is more information. So let's press some statements.
Okay.
What's the next statement?
2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the
That's
other
that
blood.
statement.
Yeah. So you brought it to the forensics department.
If you're gonna submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
She got away with her little coup because she's a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. And the shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Yeah, let's go ahead and press.
This one?
Yeah.
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie.
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell blood from a test whether the murder was committed in cold blood.
Ellipses.
Ellipses.
Ellipses. It's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
Had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there were very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that. We haven't pressed this one. I think that's the only one we haven't
Do we know
pressed.
the victim's blood type?
I don't know if it says their blood type, but I mean it does say it matches the shoe, so that's all that we know
Okay.
about that. Yeah, no blood type. Alright, we didn't press this one, but we're gonna do that. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime?
I detained the shoe. Wait, I detained the chief prosecutor. I detained the shoe. Yes, I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I waited for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe?
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? Carries more than lunch boxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you in your lunchbox bag, really.
In any case, you removed the valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
Alright.
Hmm.
Let's review our evidence again, shall we? So we got King of Prosecutors Trophy given his ID. Edgeworth's knife. Traces the victim's blood, no prints. Record of parking in the prosecutor's lot. Entered at 5:12. Blue Badger. The autopsy report. Loss of blood, one knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Goodman's note. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. A lot of stuff on the word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Floor plans. Parking lot with Edward's car. Which, we have that. The crime photo taken of an Angel Star after the crime was committed. And the shoe.
I don't know, man.
Okay. I'm thinking that the fact that the victim died within half an hour has something to do with it at this point.
You mean like this thing?
Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.
So I think that's just like estimating time of death, not necessarily that it took that long to like die. If that makes sense. Unless you mean like we're calling into question when he died. Is that what you mean or no?
No. Okay, it's...
Hmm.
Alright. So you were on the right track with the shoe, and how it's kind of suspicious that his blood is on the bottom of the shoe, and her blood is on the top of the shoe.
I just don't know how or where we present that.
So we're now gonna go ahead and we're gonna press this again, and we're gonna press further. Oops, that was the wrong button. I'm an idiot. Oh no. Alright. Gotta let this just go through. Oh, I think this is new.
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make the whole vat of soup.
Alright.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There is a problem.
Yes.
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence.
Whoa, and then we point to the blood at the sole of the shoe.
Yep. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. What'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe? Judge, permission to treat the witness as hostile.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Chichiro.
Hey.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? We have to present evidence for it?
Hey, thanks again, Shichiro. Yeah, now we have to present some evidence.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not the shoe again.
No, it is not the shoe again.
Can we look at the photo?
Oh no, it's gonna be the autopsy report because it'd be weird with one stab to the heart that there'd be so much blood that he'd be stepping in it, right? That line of thought.
Not
No.
quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
I think a stab to the heart would be a
Extremely
lot of
bloody.
blood. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we look at the photo?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no blood on the ground in the photograph though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's such a weird angle. Yeah, I think this is it. I think it's the photo.
Yeah. The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note the blood on the bottom of the victim's. Oh, note the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Uh-huh.
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, order, order. Well, witness. What, huh?
Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But when we have to ask then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh,
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
ellipses. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What? I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A prosecutor, this one. A leopard woman, Rao.
Yeah,
Rao.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though, apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Ah, you don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Warg.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over an oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
That reminds me. This guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him?
Well, that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something! Please!
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it.
But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Little girl. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Give me a second. Little girl, what did you just say?
Huh? Me?
Did you just say that I, Angela Starr, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints.
Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Oh, wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
He's saying that he's like taking a lunchbox from her.
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
And there's something in the muffler of the car.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Ellipses. I'm sorry, Mia. Ellipses. 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 Right. Wet or not. What? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself
I'm
up
sorry,
off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't
Did
give
Mia
up.
just ask if Mr. Wright is wet?
Or not. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare the verdict for good.
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore?
I don't know what you're deluding about, sir. You fucking never give your verdicts in peace.
Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
Sorry. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph.
Well, I mean, you did notice the
There's something
Yeah,
in the
there's-
muffler, yeah.
this
Yeah.
muffler thing, so yeah. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this?
There's something. Oh.
There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler.
God damn.
We didn't get it on sale. We just wanted to do something in between between Persona and our next game. So I don't know why everybody's playing it recently. That's
I don't
crazy.
know. It might have gone on sale recently, as far as I know. I don't know.
It does.
I have owned
there
this
was
for
a-
quite a while, so.
Yeah, I think there was a Capcom sale recently.
Yeah, this game goes on sale all the time too. So
Yeah, it's a great game. One of my
yeah,
favorites.
also it's a good game. So yeah, people should play it.
No one's playing Apollo Justice. Damn.
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I think it's
Oh man.
kind of hilarious that I was talking about that earlier. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with the case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not gonna be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much. Excuse me. You said as much in your testimony.
What? Let's hear Mr. Wright, or let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
All right.
The evidence thing?
Yeah, we're finally coming back to this. We were talking about it earlier.
It's the
Yeah, this is the we finished. Maya still did it somehow. Somehow this is Larry Butts' fault. I don't know how, but I know it will be him. Um,
Something stinks.
it's always the Butts.
Kyle, you thought you knew what was going on?
Yeah, it's the 6-7S122 evidence tag, right?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not that.
Okay, well, you said we were talking about it earlier.
We were talking about it earlier, but we were talking about a different aspect earlier. Let's review the evidence. Goodman's ID, King of Prosecutors Trophy, murder weapon usually knives with toolbox, traces of victim's blood, no prints, parking stub at 512, Sonic the Hedgehog, death due to loss of blood from knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m., the victim's memo, word muffler was overheard during the call made to Emma at 5:18, parking lot with Edward's car, taken by Angel Star after the crime was committed, and the shoe with the traces of blood from the Goodman and Lano's Sky.
The only thing I can think of is the phone call.
Yeah. We are finally coming back to the whole what was said on this phone call, Emma. I would like to hear. Ms. Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Yes. When I arrested... Oh, I'm going Irish again. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what she had... That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Yerg.
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned? Everything you're doing could be utterly pointless. Always. Was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Ow,
Not even the same case.
Well, it seems we'll have to be to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car and the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
Ellipses. I suppose so.
Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? How many lunches do you think the fucking judge ate during that?
It was like 8, I think.
Alright.
And we didn't even get the bonus ones.
We did not get the bonus ones. Actually, the pepper fish gut was a bonus one, technically.
Oh, God.
February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Well, yeah, no, Phoenix never gets the evidence that he needs. Or, at the very least, if he does, Maya gives it to Von Karma and then he fucking rips it up.
Mr. Wright.
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Yes. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently, she got called to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They released confetti when OJ got acquitted. Oh no. It's standard procedure, man. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. They say you show you a red cloth to a bowl, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least.
Officer Marshall.
Thought I'd come take a look and see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. Got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. Hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen the last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall. The whole muffle thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. Saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab a bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Anyway, I'm gonna go day drink some more over here. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! How's that? Fucking ooh-wee.
Hoo-wee!
February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
I'd like to resume?
What's up? The judge keeps looking over the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable.
It seems the prosecutor is quite beside himself.
This is this is what did you have his voice as? Sean Connery.
Excuse me. Knock knock.
Who's there?
That's with this guy.
This guy's got Danganronpa eyes.
He really does. A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. What the fuck?
What on earth is he?
Ah, it's you. Hi.
What the fuck? Oh. Sorry I'm late, Audrey. The roads were packed. It's just me.
The fucking Udgy. I forgot about that nickname. Fucking huge.
Long time no see, eh, Audrey? How you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been busy.
Busy, schmizzy, Audrey. My boy, you have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
God, this guy must be a fucking giant.
I know, he's huge.
Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
So you're Wright, the attorney. I've heard good things about your son.
Yeah, thanks.
So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police?
Oh, that's who this is.
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
Name's
got a
Grant.
dope-ass
Damon
cravat.
Grant.
Yeah, dude.
Pleased to meet everyone.
This dude is Catholic as fuck. Look at him.
The new pope.
So what do we owe the honor today? It's been over 2 years since the last time you came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this in.
Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less.
God, this fucking guy.
Really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What is this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth?
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If you're investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Oh, okay. He wasn't talking about literal outfit.
What the fuck are you wearing, man?
No, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Oopsies. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that award? I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. God damn. Ellipses. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ooh.
Ugh.
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like you to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think you all have to do is push the switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I
And I
cut
do
my...
so like my gavel.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. And I do so like to point at people.
Come on, just hurry up and open it.
Okay. Yep. Gonna make us do it real slow, huh, game? Okay. I really love it when it does that.
Whoa, don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I am terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife?
Oh, sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really.
Department in disorder.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Wait, 2 detectives got killed?
Another detective.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Ajay. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time the Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order. Order.
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places?
The chance of that is slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Alright. Alright, this knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless the evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Yeah, let's press that.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand.
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife. What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. Alright. Let's follow the suggestion, huh?
This is where Sanic is going to become relevant.
So we got the tag.
There's a small tag on the knife.
It says
It
SL9.
says SL92. What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6? Maybe it's a case number.
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where. But I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe we should check the court record again.
Jeez, I wonder what we should be checking out. SL75. But that doesn't really do anything for us.
So what are we thinking?
Let's also press this statement here.
Okay. Excuse me, special?
Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, Rachel, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler.
Alright. This is evidence for the connection between this knife and Goodman.
I think we do have evidence to say that there's a connection, though. Or, I don't know. It's... Because, like, they're saying that a second murder took place right at the same time. But
Right.
how is that possible when the knife used in the other case showed up here?
Well, we don't know for sure that that knife was like the one used in the other case.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Maybe, like that could be the case, but we don't know that with like for sure, you know.
Okay. I guess that is true.
But it definitely has like a tag on it, right? That
Yeah.
has like a case number on it.
The only case number we have, I think, is from that tag right there.
Goodman's note, yeah.
Yep.
But those don't match, right?
They don't match.
But they do.
Okay. Oh. Ah, at last. An honest to goodness objection.
Here, I'll show you. Look at the note.
67S?
Look at the note upside
No.
down.
It's SL9.
Yeah. 2 out of 21.
Okay. Or February 21st.
Either way.
Yeah.
This knife, this has to do something. This has some. Jesus. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Aha. An honest to goodness, what do you mean? From Audrey himself.
Sorry, my bad. Look Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Ah.
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. It's the same thing. The same thing is written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief.
Oh, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? Ah. What game is this guy playing? Alright.
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Take it out.
Yep, no, you're there.
Okay.
That's just... Okay, so... Still in the testimony.
Oh, okay.
So we
It
can...
was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Yep, that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Do we need to object to it being not officially linked anymore with the same evidence, or?
Not quite.
Okay. We still don't have concrete enough
Yeah.
proof that they're.
Can we press the first statement?
Yep. So this knife, was it stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, as you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happened. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Alright. What else do we want to know about, or do you guys see anything we can contradict?
It's still, I still want to kind of press with this time thing. But
This
I
one
feel like
here?
it's something. Yeah, I feel like it's something that'll come into like. It's something that'll matter later.
Right. We can press it.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that one. But yeah.
5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Alright.
So I can't talk much about it.
Time of the crime was
Crime,
5:15.
scary coincidence, eh?
Detective was killed at the police department scene. What a mess. It's a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. And this knife was evidence in a case.
I think we need to just press more statements to get more information.
I don't think we pressed this one yet.
Yeah, I don't think we pressed that one.
Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen? And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Ellipses. No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Audrey?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested. That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case.
Ho ho ho, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Okay.
I think we know how the victim was killed. We
And
know when the victim
Yeah, we know when they
died.
died.
So where were they found? Is maybe the most important thing here?
Yes. Yeah, we want to
That
know
checks
where he
out.
was found. Yeah. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Ellipses. Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room. Wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
Yeah, I got shocked by half a lightning bolt there once.
It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Rawr.
There's the connection between the two cases.
That's the connection? Alright. Yo, you seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy. We just got handed our ticket to town on this case. The link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details.
I'm officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Alright,
Do we need to press them again, or...?
now we're gonna press this. Yep. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes, up with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for this to be a coincidence. Seems to be too many coincidences for this to be a connection.
You two make a good pair.
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all.
Oh, go fuck yourself, man. Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
Anyway,
What
put this on
the fuck?
put this on the court record. What? Really?
Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
We're gonna press it again.
Okay.
You're gonna tell us a little. Why not tell us everything?
Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh,
Nah,
well.
come on. In for a penny, in for a pound, obviously.
Come on, we just had the whole like unofficial thing. All right. Oh well, I guess I might be able to try to get what I can out of him. So what can we ask? What information can we ask about the victim?
ID number.
Yeah, the thing with us, okay.
Yeah, we definitely want the ID number, right? Okay. How about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's nice to be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Okay, give me a second. The Notepad++. I feel like I'm doing this in... It's 584-2189.
Wow, that's quite long.
That's not that long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right, boss. Oh.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim
Every-
at the police department, 5842189.
Let's
Really,
check
the
our
court
evidence
records?
real quick.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that ID.
Yeah,
5842189.
Hey, what would you know? that's fucking crazy.
This fucking
I
tells
did
me
write
something.
it down for nothing. I thought we were gonna have to do like some sort of clue thing where we figure out that the ID does corroborate to somebody's name or something. Ugh.
Nah, it's just him. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. What do you mean? Meaning?
Meaning?
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I fucking... It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Wait, what? This is so
Well-
Bruce Goodman was killed at 2 different places?
Let's hear what the
Or-
defense has to say. You see the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you? What? What?
He was not killed in the parking garage. Witness.
Yes, but like, didn't we present the ID, or am I fucking tripping?
No, we didn't
did not
present
present
it.
it.
We were just reviewing our evidence, and then we said
Oh, okay.
and we said there's a contradiction, basically. We didn't
Okay,
present it,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I am losing it. Sorry, folks.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
How many schoolgirls typically grin on prom night? I think it's usually the boys that do it.
No, it's just, like, I got confused.
And this is news?
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
The police department, the prosecutor's office. Two
So anyway, I
places.
started blasting.
2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No. No,
I work
Your
for the
Honor. I'm
police.
a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
Ellipses. And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Judge, you must be like taking like food naps or something.
He's going into food
Wait.
coma from all the lunches he ate.
Yeah. Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. It started with 82. I've forgotten.
You even get the first number right again. The number the chief prosecutor gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second, Wright. What is this?
Mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Ellipses. Ho 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 ho! Shopper's attack, Righto. Shopper's attack.
But wait. Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the same exact time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Order. Order, order. Chief, what does that mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? Ellipses. The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
Oh shit.
What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha!
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Hey, wait a second. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, that victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection.
I agree.
Ooh, got him.
He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I'm just going to stay here at you for a few minutes.
I love this guy. This guy's like one of my favorites so far.
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Mr. Wright,
Well, it's
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court.
It's alright, Edgeworth. Your boyfriend's got your back.
The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
huh? I was just doing my job.
No. No!
It seems we've come to an end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all these rumors. You were even in the defense's chair this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please, just give me one day.
One day more.
I'll get to the bottom of what's happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
I don't know, I'm still kind of on Edgeworth's case. The officer not like explicitly saying, "Oh yeah, it's not connected to the case you're currently working on."
Right?
A bit.
I understand why he'd be like, yeah, no, I think we're good then. I'm very busy. Yeah, that's Officer Meekins for you. Absolute clown. Anyway,
I think that's a good place to stop.
I agree.
Yeah.
We got some more investigation upcoming, quite a lot actually. This case is still honestly in its pretty early stages, so we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
All right, well, in that case, thank you all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow with Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yep. Kyle and I will be back Tuesday for XCOM. And then
be me and Jonah Thursday for some Neo 2.
Heck yeah. All right,
and then
folks.
that'll wrap us around to Sunday again for more weeks, right? So
Of course. Well, thank you very much for tuning in once again. Do we have anyone to raid maybe?
Let me check.
We got a decent number of viewers.
Don't think so.
Okay. All right then. Well, have a fantastic rest of your night, everybody.
take it easy.
Keep it copacetic.